Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. I am your watch guy today as always. Today I'm working with a brand called Venezianico. Yes, I had to say that quickly just to make sure I said it right. They create really expressive pieces and you've probably seen them on the market before. Today I'm reviewing their Redentore Ultrablack, the 36mm version, and I've actually got it on wrist right now. It hasn't really left my wrist for the last couple of weeks. I think it's an absolutely gorgeous watch. You guys know how I feel about Musou Black. Now, a blank watch will always give me one of two feelings. Either that feeling that I used to have when I'd sit down for an exam in a school hall and have a blank page in front of me and just absolute anxiety overthrows you. Or I get the feeling that I get now, where I sit down with a new piece, a new watch that being sent, and I start to write up my notes for this review. And it gives me a feeling of expression and depth that not many other things can, and I hope that's what this watch does for you today, guys. If you wanted to pick one of these up, I have linked Venezianico in the description. I believe they're coming back into stock very shortly. As well as that, if you wanted to pick up any pre-owned watches, well, I've got the website for you. It is thewatchguystore.com. That's my own personal resale site, and that is my own personal resale collection. Make sure you go and have a look at that. JTWG10 will get you 10% off at checkout. With that out of the way, let's turn this camera around and let's have a look at the Redentore. The Venezianico Redentore Ultra Black is the piece that is gracing our screens today. I think this watch really does push the boundaries of watchmaking into the art and expressive realm, and honestly, what else would you expect from a proudly Italian brand? There's a lot of expressive and emotional ways to speak about this watch, so I thought I would start this review with the facts and the figures, and we'll get the boring stuff out of the way before we start talking about how this may make us feel. So it is 36.4mm in diameter. They do offer a bigger piece, the 40mm variant. This one is packed with the Musou Black dial. They call it the Ultra Black. However, the Redentore line is available in a lot of other options also, and if you fancy a dress aesthetic piece, I really do advise you to go and check out the website because there is so much choice on there. It is 11.6mm thick. Lug to lug, it comes in at 44.7mm, and these lugs are 18mm lugs fitted with this black Italian leather strap. We do have a bracelet option with the Redentores. I didn't get one of those in, but you can definitely see them on the website, and there are plenty of other reviews out there that do feature them, and they look absolutely fantastic. It's packed with the NH35A movement, not something that we are not accustomed to on the channel. In fact, something that we are quite versed in. It is a workhorse movement, and it does what it needs to do. This is a simple pull-push crown in between our crown guards. It does have a ghost date position, which is a shame. However, I think a bigger shame would have been to fit this with a date window, because that would have absolutely killed the aesthetic of this watch. It is a simple three-handed piece. You do have your manual winding and hacking capability. It's packed with a sapphire crystal that has a lovely level of AR coating that you can see with that blue tone there, and really you do need that to express this dial correctly on this piece, in my opinion. I think they've gone the exact right route with that AR coating. Altogether, this watch is provided with a 50-meter water resistance, and that is pretty much what you would expect from a dress piece, and I think that is exactly what this watch is born to be. The case does present a mixture of finishes. We have a lovely brushed horizontal side profile, with the rest of the 316L stainless steel casing being fully high polish and really reflective, which definitely offers a very high accent to the dial itself as it sucks you in with that Musou Black presence. I think the 40mm is a fantastic looking piece. However, I think it's more of a piece that draws you into an abyss, whereas I think this 36mm really does play with the visual space on the dial, as well as the light manipulation that this black dial offers. It absorbs 99.4% of light, and that gives us this effect of being sucked in to the dial, almost like a black hole effect. In my opinion, you're drawn to the center of it, and it is captivating, especially on wrist. The minimalist feature to the dial comes with the lack of indices throughout, the only elements to consider being the high polish Venezianico logo and the Dauphine style high polish handset, completed with that sweeping second hand. I think the interpretation of elegance to this piece is next to none, and honestly, it holds your attention. The very simple and minimalistic dial and front profile to this watch does not follow us to the case back. Actually holds this cosmic motif, which represents the limitless cosmic vastness and the invitation to explore the unknown, very much linked mentally to a space exploration piece. Obviously not something that is functional towards the next shuttle, but definitely something that makes you think about that type of vast space and darkness. I liken this to a blank page in my intro, and that's because often when I'm sat in front of a blank page, I always have one of two different interpretations to that feeling. It's either the daunting, anxiety-inducing experience of being sat in front of a blank examination paper, that type of feeling that you got at 16 that never really left. Or it's the experience that I have now when I sit down to write about the next piece that I am featuring or one of my short watch stories. It's a refreshing, open opportunity to explore and express. And I think that really is what this dial does for me. It is an openness, it is an expression, it is a passionate example of a minimalist design, and the openness and the excitement that this piece really does represent, that could almost be mistaken for a lack of inspiration, I think is incredible. I absolutely fell in love with this watch out of the box, and I think anyone else getting this in will do exactly the same. That's not to say that it doesn't have its drawbacks. Now, I know not everyone will enjoy a minimalist design. It is for the few of us out there. It's not for the people that are looking for their first do-it-all watch. I think this is more for those that are looking to explore and express their style throughout their collection with new and evolving pieces. So for those of you that are just setting out and want something that is a functional time-telling device, I don't think it's for you. However, for us that are experienced in this collecting game, and those of us that know exactly what we're looking for when expanding our collection, I think this is something that could interest plenty of us. Another note is that the band that I have fitted to this piece is slightly tight, which does leave this squeak when on wrist. Now, that could just be the tolerance to this piece in particular. However, definitely something that does need to be mentioned. And finally, one thing that you definitely need to note is that this watch is a fingerprint magnet. You will spend a lot of your time wiping it down and making it look pristine again, just like I have throughout this review and the review process, getting to know this piece. But every time that I pick up a microfiber cloth to clean this watch, it's not a chore. It's not something that is daunting to me. It's not something that takes away from the experience of the piece. It just makes me appreciate the beauty that little bit more. I think it's an incredible watch. And now that market is opening up to these Musou Black pieces, I definitely think a lot of us should be looking to add some into our collection because they just do it differently. The way that they play with the light is just different. There we have it, guys. The Venezianico Redentore Ultrablack. I am so thankful to them for sending this watch in because it has been an absolute pleasure to review it. As you may remember, I have already reviewed a Musou Black dial before from Boulder. Now that watch was fantastic, to be honest. However, I think it lent itself more to a level of stealth over expression. And I think this Redentore really does go the other way with the high polish casing and the absolute minimal dial features. I think this does something completely different. These watches are €410 on the Venezianico store. I have linked them in the description. They have plenty of other options through that range and others. Go and check them out. Let them know that I sent you. And while you're here, guys, if you're looking to buy a pre-owned watch, well, I got the website for you. It is thewatchguystore.com. That is my own personal pre-owned resale site. I list each one of those watches. I select each one of those watches before they go online. Get yourself on there to find yourself an absolute bargain and use the code JTWG10 to get yourself a 10% discount. Thank you for watching this, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Remember to subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.